What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so I had to act quick on this one because a lot of times when 50 Cent will post stuff on his Instagram, if it's a little hot or whatever, he ends up deleting it after he makes sure he leaves it up long enough for the blogs to catch it, and then he'll take it down off his page. But this is him responding to Omari Hardwick. Omari Hardwick was Ghost on Power. And ever since Power, the original Power, has ended, Omari has said things here and there, and it gets picked up by the blogs, and it makes it sound like he thought Courtney A. Kemp, 50 Cent, kind of took advantage of him. He understands he signed the contract because I think when he first signed the contract, he was only making like $40,000 an episode. It was a cable television show, and by his own admission, nobody knew who he was. And then as the show became Star's #1 show, they bumped him up, and I think he said at the end he was making like $150,000 an episode, and he still feels like maybe he should have been making $250,000, $300,000 an episode, which is a lot of money, especially on cable television. But he said some stuff, and he's doing a press junket because I was on his page a few days ago, and he's got an album. He does poetry, and he's got some kind of like a hip hop poetry type fusion album. I don't know what it was, but I listened to some of it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I love Omari Hardwick. I don't want to listen to Omari Hardwick's music, but let's actually listen to what he was saying about 50 Cent and Courtney A. Kemp, and then we'll see what 50 said about it.
They want a song, so I'm asking for them.
I know that y'all don't, you have to ask me. Sometimes I'm like, damn, is Courtney fielding these questions today? Is Star, are the execs and Stars, or is Curtis fielding these questions? And for real, I feel like it's just me fielding these questions because I'm with y'all in this sense. I'm with you in the sense that the way the story was sold and told to me is not befitting of the way it ended, guys. So y'all have every right to be like, it didn't end right. And because we don't honor our fans enough, and I know me, Matt, and Trey are different. We honor y'all. We honor our fans, man. We often forget that the fans are being sold and told a story that has a genesis and that it has to end the way that it was.
Okay, well, that's that. But the basic premise on the question he was asked and him responding to it was that when they told him that Ghost was going to die, certain things were pitched to him that did not come to fruition. Now, he's even said that after Ghost died, Stars came back to him. They were going to bring him back on Power Book 2. They wanted him to appear in a couple of episodes. They were going to, like, hey, surprise, guys. I know we said Ghost died and you saw him on camera die, but he's in a dream sequence or whatever. But it sounded like they didn't want to give him, he wanted a lot of money, and they were going to give him some money, but he wanted a lot of money. And, but this is 50 saying, this ninja is a strange bird. The F is he talking about? I never done nothing but look out for him. If he needed something, I gave it to him. And I'll talk about that in a second. I understand now. That shit don't matter at all. And this is, okay, so what he's talking about when he says if he needed something, I gave it to him. Omari had a podcast. I don't even know if the podcast is still going because 50 actually appeared on the podcast. But he told a story that when he first started shooting Power, if you don't know, an acting job is not like, working at a McDonald's or a Burger King where you're going to get your check the next week or whatever. So he moved to New York and he barely had any money. He, like I said, he wasn't he had some. Well, he was on that Being Mary Jane for like a season or so with what's that, Dwayne Wade's wife, Gabrielle Union. He was on that on BET, and I think they shot that in Atlanta, but he wasn't really getting paid there. And obviously him being Ghost on Power, that's a lead role, and they'd agreed to his salary, which like I said, I think he was saying they were paying him $40,000 an episode that first year or two. But when he came there, you kind of are working on a retainer. They don't, they might cover your moving expenses or whatever, but like it takes like a month or two for them to start sending you the checks. They don't come every other week or whatever. So when he got there, he said he was in New York. He moved everything. He barely had any money. He talked to 50 because he knew he wasn't going to get paid for like another month, and he didn't have no money to get the bare necessities. And he said 50 just like gave him like 40, 50 G's and was like, yo, man, get yourself right, take care of stuff. He paid him back when he started getting his TV money in. But he was talking about 50 held him down. He didn't even hesitate. He was like, he was like, oh man, I'm struggling. I done moved up here. I barely got any money in my bank account. And 50 was like, bro, don't even say less, man. I got you. And he said, 50, he said this, that 50 was like, picked up the phone. Hey, yo, make sure Omari got some money until his TV check start coming in. And he took care of that. He always, they seem like they really liked each other, but it's been a few years since his role as Ghost in the original Power has gone, and every interview he does, somebody asks him about playing Ghost again. They're trying to get him to come back. Oh man, you should come back as a dream for Tariq or whatever. And everybody notices that like when they do all the other Power shows, when they have the red carpet events, Omari is conspicuously absent for some reason. Joseph Sakura is there, but of course Joseph Sakura is still playing Tower. He's still playing Tommy Egan on Force. So I understand, but he's matter of fact, Joseph Sakura is going to 50 Cent's Humor and Harmony weekend, and Omari Hardwick is not on the bit. He's got the young boy that plays Tariq. He's several of the people that have been on Power are going down to Shreveport, Louisiana for 50 Cent's Humor and Harmony weekend. But Omari Hardwick is not on that panel. So it seems like in the last few years, his relationship with 50 is not the same as it was. And 50, like I said, it was like a year or something ago, he did another interview and he kind of made it sound like he felt like they got ripped off. I wish I could find that clip because 50 posted something then and then he deleted it. That's why I was like, when I saw he responded to this, I was like, I better get on here before he takes this down. Because he was confused by what Omari was saying. More, he's like, I signed my deal, but they knew they was robbing me blind or something. Like, it was crazy. And I was like, and 50 was like, what is he talking about? So he was confused by it. But like I say, a little while later, he ended up deleting it. And so when I saw he responded to this, I was like, man, I better go on and make a move before he decides to go ahead and take that post down. But obviously 50 is a little confused. The relationship, like I said, the relationship between him and Omari is not the same as it used to be. Because they used to be cool. He used to always give 50 his flowers. And now it seemed like over the last few years, he'll be talking about, oh yeah, they knew they was robbing me. They was taking money off my, they should have done this. They could have done this. If they want me to come back, they know my number, blah, blah, blah. This, and when I'm saying, when he said they know my number, he talking about the money. He ain't talking about his phone number. He talking about that when Stars asked him a couple years ago to make an appearance on Ghost, he hit him with a number and they wasn't feeling that. So that's why we haven't seen Omari Hardwick return to go. And we've seen other people with the young lady that played Tariq's sister, Raina. She's been back. You know, they'd had the mom on there. They'd had Tommy Egan on there. You know, Pete was the guy Peanut or whatever. You know, they have all kind of these side characters pop up on Ghost, but not the guy that actually played Ghost. And like I said, there's a reason for that. But I'm actually shocked by this because he's always credited Courtney A. Kemp and 50 Cent for giving him. Nobody knew who he was, and you know that he was in a Spike Lee movie. What was it? The Miracle at St. Anna. And then he got Being Mary Jane. And then he got Ghost. And then his whole career took off. He did a movie with J-Lo last year. Before that, he did that, what was it? Army of the Dead. That's on Netflix. That's the Zack Snyder movie with him and Batista. That was pretty well received. So he's working, but everybody knows him because he played Ghost on Power. But I don't know. Like I said, I know 50 has a huge thing about loyalty. I've always heard Tony Yayo say that, and there's a reason why. At the end of the day, you know, he just did that G-Unit tour and Lloyd Banks wasn't on there because he felt like Lloyd Banks was disloyal. So he cut Lloyd Banks off. And even though Tony Yayo is still cool with Lloyd, he was like, I'm not going to go against 50. So that's why you saw Tony Yayo going to like 25 countries all around the world. And everybody was like, where's Lloyd Banks? Lloyd Banks has been cut off from the G-Unit faucet. That's what it is. And so now it makes me wonder if we're ever going to see Omari Hardwick and 50 Cent work together again on anything, because now it seems like 50 is not happy. But what do you guys think about this? If you followed this, you know the other stuff I'm talking about, where it seemed like Omari has said a few things over the last few years. But what do you feel about that? Is he right? Is 50 right? You know, get in the comments. Let me know. We're on the road to 3,000. I need you. I want you. Follow me. Facebook, Instagram. I'm on X. I'm on Thread. All at Ikari Press. Type in IkariPress.com. It'll take you to my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. Got the link to that and my Gumroad in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.